10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Good evening and welcome to Freethought in Florida. Freethought in Florida is a production of the Atheist community of Polk County, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. This is a Thursday, September 3rd, 2020. I'm Austin Ray, your host, with my co-host, Sarah Ray.
Great job. Well done. I guess I'm done hosting the show now. You can just do it from now on.
Yay.
Hey, before we get going, I wanted to remind everybody, you can become a patron of the show at patreon.com/polkatheists. It's another great way to support the atheist community of Polk County and the ongoing production of this show. So many thanks to those who are already supporting us, either through Patreon or sharing out the episodes and leaving reviews and saying wonderful things about us. Sure do appreciate that. I have made what could only be either the most worst decision I've ever made or probably the best decision that we've ever made, and I'm turning the show over to the kids today. So we have a couple of very special guests with us today. We all need a little hope in the world. It's kind of a dumpster fire right now, right?
COVID-19.
COVID-19. And if there's one thing that picks me up, it's seeing young people, seeing my kids grow up. These young folks are angry about all the right things, passionate about all the right causes. And these kids are they're going to change the world. And tonight they're taking over the show. So there you go. Let's welcome authors, speakers, activists, Bailey and Elle.
Humanists,
yes, all of the above.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hi.
I just thought of the meme, gotta go fast.
Oh,
geez.
yeah, that's a good meme.
Awesome. So welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Oh, I'm so glad you guys agreed to do this. And I want to ask you, I think I'll ask you the same thing I ask everybody when we start the show, and that is 2020 has kind of been a strange thing, right? It's been
Definitely.
It's been
Yes.
difficult. So how are you doing? How are you holding up in this strange time?
It's kind of crazy. I mean, there's a lot that's happened. I mean, COVID, obviously, BLM, Black Lives Matter, the whole Trump thing. I mean, I've been keeping myself busy with all the news, but definitely very bored with the fact of just sitting around and stuff.
Yes,
So, yeah.
I've actually gotten
Yeah.
very bored of just playing games all day.
I don't
I know,
believe
it's
that for a
crazy.
minute.
There's always new updates in Roblox.
Oh my God. Do you guys play Roblox? Is that a thing?
I do.
She does.
Awesome. Well, your dad said that you're all about to start school again. We just started school.
We started school about a week ago, or was it 2 weeks ago?
Couple
I think it was
weeks.
a couple weeks.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we're starting this Tuesday.
Austin,
Yeah.
talk about that. How have the first couple of weeks been for you?
It's been garbage in reading. My reading teacher marked my card today for no reason.
Oh no, that sucks.
All because my camera was off in Zoom.
Oh my gosh. It's
Right?
crazy.
I was in a different app because she told us to do this thing where we would find books and read them in an app. And when I was looking through them, she marked my card because my camera was off. You expect our cameras to be off if we're on the school's iPad.
Yeah.
That sucks. I'm so sorry.
Yep. Well, so we're getting through it. But you all are headed back to school soon. What are you looking forward to? Are you looking forward to getting back to school?
I am definitely looking forward to seeing other people on the Zoom because we're all kind of struggling with it.
Yeah.
So, I think it's absolutely hilarious being on Zooms and stuff. and watching other people. I feel like that's a very funny thing, I guess. So, what
Yeah.
about you?
I'm excited because I love seeing my friends and hanging out with them. Well, on the Zoom, of course.
Uh-huh.
But, funny story. My teacher, that's now my teacher now, last year, she was on a Zoom with her class from last year, and she got kicked out of a Zoom, and then one of the students became the Zoom leader, and then the kid didn't let her back in.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no. Well, I bet how great that Zoom went for all the other kids. I
bet.
want to imagine it right now.
So have you been like keeping up with your friends over the summer on Zoom or whatever?
Yeah, we've been keeping up with them.
Cool.
We're hanging out with some people, with masks and 6 feet apart, of course. But sometimes I wish I could just sit next to my friend.
Yeah, it's really hard,
Yeah.
isn't it?
COVID-19 is a very big thing to be aware about because it could kill you in less than a couple weeks.
Yes, that's very true.
Oh, what about that? I heard one of you say something about that you were following the news, Bailey, listening to things that are happening on the news. What are you hearing? Like what when it comes to the way people are taking COVID-19 not so seriously and not following the science, and are you picking up all of that?
Yes, for some reason, ever since I was little, I've always loved watching the news. I don't know why. It's just like a thing that I like doing. And when I look at people like taking videos of other people who go into the store and don't wear their masks, and they're like, I have asthma, I can't wear the mask, or they use these excuses that are so like dumb. I mean, it's just like, why would you risk yourself like that? I mean, my brother, he works at this place called Sweetly, and this guy came in and he didn't have a mask on, and he actually said, I have asthma, I can't wear a mask, I can't breathe in the mask. And then my brother was like, no, you have to get out of my shop. And he starts screaming at him and like all these things, and he was like, you have to get out, Then he wrote a report and lied about Bryson, my brother, and he said that he was yelling at him and telling him to get out of the store.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's just crazy what people do just to not wear a mask. I mean, it's obviously a hard thing to get used to, but it's definitely not that hard once you get used to it. It's honestly not.
My mom is actually allergic to cats. We have a cat, and she has these asthma attacks every now and then. She has to use an asthma inhaler, and that actually helps her. And she sometimes have to has breathing treatments.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. That sucks. But
that's a legitimate thing. But when you go out into the store, you wear your mask, right?
Yes, always wear your mask, because even if you have asthma or like stupid excuses like other things, you could still get COVID-19, which is even worse than anything that you would imagine.
Right.
Can
be.
Even the zombie apocalypse.
Oh my gosh. So one of the things that I think coming from this discussion here is the general public's understanding of science. I think that we have a problem right now where there's a lot of people who just don't understand it and don't trust what the scientists, what the experts are telling us, which is your face. Yes, exactly. That's how we all feel.
Yes.
Like, what is wrong with you? And so what I think is neat about what y'all are doing with these books is that you're getting kids interested in science early, right? Like, so let's, Bailey, let's start with you. You were just 8 years old when you wrote your first book. I have a copy of it here. My name is Stardust.
Yes.
So, and that's blown up into a whole series now. So where did the idea for that story come from?
Yeah, when I was 8 years old, I say this story a lot, but I was watching Cosmos with my family together, and Neil deGrasse Tyson said our bodies are made out of stardust. And as an 8-year-old, I found this absolutely crazy that our bodies were made out of stardust. I was actually so excited. I ran up to my dad's computer and I started typing this book because I wanted, honestly, everyone to know in my community and outside of my community what I find my truth. And yeah.
That's awesome. Have you guys ever noticed how, maybe not, how, have you ever noticed how Carl Sagan, Sagan is a little, sort of a crossover between Mr. Rogers and Kermit the Frog? You guys know who Mr. Rogers is?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
I
good.
watched a movie.
Do you know who
about
Mr. Rogers?
it.
Oh, that's right. It just came Tom Hanks movie, right?
I know. Yes.
So the next time you listen to Sagan, seriously, listen for Kermit, because it's something like, the universe is billions and billions of years old. Sort of
my
the way
gosh,
that he talks.
You did a good impression.
Why?
Thank you. That wasn't my best Kermit the Frog, but I tried to do a good, we are made of star stuff. So you have this character, Stardust, and what are these books about? I have them here. We have
All 3 copies.
we have
My name is
2017. My name is Stardust.
Stardust,
Stardust explores the solar system. It's
Stardust
2018.
explores Earth's wonders.
Yeah.
I actually
You
haven't
got
gotten to
all of
read
them.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is great.
Thank you
I
so
might read them
much.
right now.
So what are these books about? What are we trying to what stories are we telling?
Yeah, so the first, I would say 2 are mostly about evolution. Then Stardust Explores the Solar System, of course, is about the solar system. Then we got just the new and just updated version, I guess. Just the cover's different of My Name is Stardust. So
Have you always enjoyed science? Do you both like science?
Yes, we both very much like science. Our family has grown up watching tons of science movies, and it's really interesting to see how
I just
everything
remembered something.
is made, and it's
Mhm.
super cool to our family, so we really enjoy that.
What about you, science?
Well, I've actually liked science since I first actually saw a science experiment. And there's this channel called Mark Rober, and he used to be a NASA scientist, and he helped build the Mars rover. And he's been doing a lot of videos. He's actually made an real Jello pool. It was the first world's Jello pool, and you could belly flop.
It was pretty cool, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'll
that
definitely
cool.
have to go watch that.
Yeah. Check
Yeah.
out Mark Rober.
He also did a lot of videos about, is NASA a waste of money?
That's funny.
Yeah.
So you have a Kickstarter running right now. You mentioned an updated cover to the book, but I know there's more to it than that. What is the next project?
Yeah, it's a new cover design, larger size, forward by Richard Dawkins.
Richard Dawkins. Shut
I know.
up. That is
It's
so
crazy.
cool.
I know. I met him and I was like,
I didn't even know who he is.
I was not even ready to meet him, guys. I went downstairs at CSICon and I thought I was gonna meet him the next day. I was even ready or prepared. I was not like my best dressed. And then I go downstairs and I'm like, what? And I was like, that's Richard Dawkins. Holy crap. Yeah. But there's also a Spanish translation, and yeah, just go support the Kickstarter if you can.
That's cool.
As well.
I actually heard, like, I think Richard Richard Dawkins the one that helped with the community thing that you were doing with the books? Did he help at all? I don't remember.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Never mind.
Yeah, I grew up watching, if this is what you mean, I grew up reading Magic of Reality, so it was pretty amazing. Richard Dawkins was like a really nice guy, and yeah.
One last question for you, I guess, and then we'll get Elle into the conversation more here. There's a Stardust themed tabletop game coming out soon at some point. Is that out now? Is it coming?
Is it
Do we know?
still in the pro days?
That's
December.
cool.
December.
It's Go Extinct, right? Is the game, and it's got a special Stardust theme. That's so cool.
Ah.
Yeah.
So is it gonna like have like a space theme and then like stars everywhere with like dust?
My game's actually gonna be kind of just about this book. I mean, it's Stardust Explores Earth's Wonders, and it's kind of yeah. It's just kind of like you're
When that's
going
out, I
through
might have to check it
animals
out.
and stuff.
Awesome.
I'm definitely gonna check that out.
So, Elle, let's talk about you. You're 9 now, and you're a published author too. What are you writing about?
Well, my first book was named Wonderful Earth. I did that book because this earth is like so wonderful, and I just wanted to write about that. And then my second book that came out yesterday, I think. It's about conversations that I was having with friends from school because they were all getting baptized at this time because it was the age that like everyone did that. And one of my friends, Penny, actually was like, so we were walking around our field of our school. This was quite a while ago because we can't go to school anymore. She said, "What church do you go to?" And I said, "I don't go to any church." And she's like, "What? You don't go to church?"
Yeah.
And she didn't know that you couldn't be a religion like Mormon or Christian. She didn't know that they were anything other than that. And I talked to her about that, and she thought it was so cool. And then this is the book. I think I already showed you, but
Yeah.
We already have a copy.
Yeah, I got a copy of it too. See, you sent me Bailey's books, but I have connections, and so I managed to get a copy of Elle the Humanist. But the only problem is this one isn't autographed. So at some point, y'all are gonna have to like come down to Florida and hang out with us, and
Definitely.
Yes.
we'll
Yes,
give. I need an
for
autograph
sure.
in this one too.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll definitely come down and sign your books and hang out.
Yeah. So so let's talk about this book then. And I can't help but notice the striking resemblance of the characters in these books. They look like familiar people to me. Someone I might have met. So let's talk about humanism. What Elle, what does being a humanist mean to you?
Yeah.
To me, a humanist is being good without religion. I get it. My family, my parents, they tell us that we can be whatever we want. They're not gonna decide it for us because we are we're ourselves. So we get to pick whatever we believe: Mormon, Christian,
Yeah.
Buddhism, whatever you
That's
want to
actually
be.
really
I
important.
chose to be a humanist. My dad chose to be an atheist, I think. And then my mom, she calls herself a humanist. And then,
Yeah.
that's really it.
Cool, Austin. What about you? What do you think of when you think of humanism?
I think it means helping people in need and helping the world and giving people what basically just food and resources that they need to live better. Because
Yeah, that's a really good description.
there's actually a very bad hit on people that don't have homes in this year of coronavirus because coronavirus is very catching and very deadly. So if those people have caught it, and then there's going to be no way that they're going to be able to quarantine themselves because they don't have their own house.
Yeah, it's very sad. I just mean it's actually so depressing seeing people outside and them having to deal with that. I mean, it's a really hard time, and then you think to yourself when you see them on the streets, it makes me kind of emotional talking about it, but like COVID is a big thing, and I think this has made me realize what I have. I'm very lucky for. I mean, now I'm grateful to even have like a mask,
Yeah.
Like, I'm grateful to have a nail filer. I'm grateful to have little things like a hairband, that they can't buy, They don't have money and they don't have the resources for those types of things. So I think COVID has actually made me realize a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that I noticed in myself, something that I've noticed myself changing on my views, and that I notice the younger generations, that younger people like you get this a whole lot better than we ever did, is the idea that, like, these problems that we're talking about, right? Hunger and homelessness and poverty, we could take care of all of those tonight before bed if we just did it. There
know,
is
there's
enough
so-
wealth in this world, in this country, and there is enough. There's enough food for everyone. There are places for people to sleep if we just did the right thing. And that, to me, is humanism. Is that idea that we all have value just by being human, and that we should take care of each other.
We all pitch in to help people.
Yeah, there's very many things that we need to fix in this world. I mean,
Um,
people that have trillions and trillions of dollars that could literally give homes to people all around the world and stuff and give them a supporting job. I mean, there's like also with feminism and stuff as well, women are treated way worse than men. And I feel like that's another huge thing is women are put in this category of you get less money, you are less, you have to be in the kitchen. And I feel like
Mhm.
it's people are like, no, it's all fixed now, and they're putting it in this little safe place, but it's not. And women are also sexualized with their bodies, with the clothes that they wear as well. Like, if I wore a bra around, I would be known as, I don't know if I'm allowed to swear, but I would be known as a hoe,
Yeah.
just by wearing a bra. I mean, that shouldn't be my place. My place should be the way that I act is the way that you put me as something,
Yeah.
It's never defining by your clothes, your weight, your hair, the way you look. I mean, also with the LGBTQ community, I mean, they're also placed as a horrible thing. And I mean, they're not horrible people, and I feel like these are very big things that we should be fixing. I mean, I have a cousin whose name is Tate, and he is gay. And one day he was at a gas station, and these, I'm pretty sure, three guys came up to him with hot chocolate in their hands, and they said "gay boy," and then threw the hot chocolate on him. This burning hot chocolate. And I mean, these things need to be fixed, and we can fix them. It's just the fact that so many things are messed up in our world to the point where it's just like it's just horrible at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if we just started to care about each other more, I think that's how we start to
I know.
to heal that and make things better, right? Well, we're
Yes.
already sort of down deep topics anyway. My gosh, you guys are so great. I wanted to know, if you don't mind talking about it, just some of those experiences that you've had growing up secular in largely Mormon country, and some of those conversations that Elle mentioned a little bit earlier that you all were having. But for both of you, what have some of those experiences been like for you?
Yeah, I mean, me and Elle's experiences were very different. I mean, Elle got to grow up in Salt Lake City, which is a less, I mean, strict area for Mormonism. There still is very much.
That
But,
seems like Mormon Mecca, though, to me. I don't
I know, it's
see it as,
crazy.
yeah, that's
It's
strange.
very crazy, but very diverse actually up here. Like, it's a little section, but I mean, for me, my experience was absolutely horrible because I lived in a place in South Jordan, and I used to be, Mormon and all these things, but we left, and then I figured out how it feels, to be in that place where you're not. And it's really hard mentally. I mean, kids would at 8 years old would tell me I'd be going to hell if I didn't listen to their ways or didn't read their book. And I mean, people would call me like really rude names for like different things. I remember I was singing a song actually one day, and I'm pretty sure it was like just like a rap song, and this girl told on me and stuff that I was singing a bad song that wasn't church worthy, and all these things. And I feel like it's horrible. I feel like we need to change our ways and be more accepting, like you said. Definitely, I have grown up secular now, and I've lived in highly religious places, and I mean, I've gone through a lot to the point where I thought I just didn't want to be here, which is a hard thing to say, obviously, because I feel more happy now, and I mean, learning that friends, I only need one, That's another huge thing. I don't need a bunch of friends to make me happy. I need one that's going to treat me right and one that's going to be accepting of me. And I mean, I had to go to counseling and all these things as well during those hard times because of the way I was being treated. And I mean, I feel like kids need to know that they have an outlet. I had this kid DM me actually, and on my Instagram, and I almost started crying because he was like, I need to tell my parents that I am non-binary, but I don't know how to tell them. And I was like, this is one of the most disheartening things ever. It's like making me emotional, but like he DM'd me and he was like, I don't know if I want to live. And I said, you have to get out of that, And he's like, I'm in Christian school and I don't have an outlet for this. And I just mean, it's so hard. It's really hard seeing people having to live with that.
For sure.
I can tell that you're about to cry right now.
Yeah, it's really emotional, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so emotional.
Well, what I heard you say was that you went to counseling, and I am a big proponent of everybody finding a good qualified therapist who uses evidence-based methods to help us through the tough times in our lives, because it's you can't do all of this by yourself, and it helps to have someone who is completely outside of the things that are going on in your life, who can help you do that. So I'm glad to hear that you were able to tackle that as a family together, and hopefully things are better now.
Friends.
Yes, very much better. Also, we have the Secular Student Alliance and all these places that you can go to as an outlet. FFRF. I mean, there's many places that you can go to feel better with all these things. And there's organizations as well. So, yeah.
So I have a question for you, actually. So you started a chapter of Secular Student Alliance at your school. Why are you interested in doing that? What kind of things will you do as part of this?
It's very important for children nowadays to have a safe environment for, secular children and other groups, especially in highly religious places. They're not along. There's very many organizations like Secular Student Alliance to help you like connect.
Austin, you're very sort of outspoken about your lack of a God belief, about your atheism. We're talking about the way other people interact with you and treat you and talk to you. Have you had any experiences with kids at school or anything?
I once said this apparently bad word in school because they were God believers and they believed that hell was a bad word. And a religion can mean you can believe in different things, and you believe that different words can mean different things. And these the other kids in my grade, when I said like, shut the hell up, I was like, they said that's a bad word and we're gonna tell on you, and I got a mark for no reason.
You and your marks. So
Again,
so you haven't had a
But this
lot of
is-
people like say things about you not
is-
believing in God.
this was like
right?
in 3rd grade, so I wasn't really that angry about it because
Right.
who cares about marks in 3rd grade?
You should. So but you haven't really had a lot of people say things to you because you're an atheist,
Not
right?
really, just some people that are like different, that say different things of what they believe about words and what they think they mean and other things.
What about my being a trans person? Have you had to talk to your friends about that?
Not really, but sometimes when I say like I have 2 moms, people are like confused. They're like, "What? How?
Mhm.
How?" And I'm like, my dad turned into a girl by transgender.
Yeah.
And they were like, "What is transgender?" And I didn't even know how to explain
No,
it.
you were little
Uh,
when that first conversation came up.
Yeah.
Yeah, people definitely need to be educated on many different things.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think one of the things that's we're sort of touching on here is this intersectionality, right? That's a big word. That so many of these things that marginalized groups of people deal with often manifest in the same ways and feel the same way. And so we all sort of, in our own different ways, are dealing with the same issues. And so that's where I think, again, the idea of humanism, the idea of finding what is common in us to bring us together is a powerful thing.
Yes, I would definitely agree.
So let's.
I didn't even highlight all the ones.
No, I know. There's so many things you want to talk about.
Yes, I want to talk about everything. I was actually more excited to do this than even finish school. I just wanted to quit school forever.
Oh gosh.
Oh no.
So we're way off track, but anyway, I think this is an important conversation that if we can get more people to just stop and listen to younger people more, we have a lot of things we can learn. So I'm wondering, and any of you are welcome to answer, whenever these situations come up, when your friends or peers at school or wherever are making these comments or challenging you in these ways, how did you handle that?
You can go first. Do you want to just say the question again? I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. So when your friends tell you to go to hell, or let's not call them your friends. When people at school tell you things like, you're going to go to hell, or
Jerks.
because you're not reading the right books and not believing the right things, what do you do with that? How do you handle that?
I personally haven't had anyone say anything mean to me. All my friends are very supportive, and everyone at my school doesn't really talk about it with me because they just don't want to know. And I feel like Bailey had a way worse experience with it because people were saying mean things to her, making her go to the principal's office and have to read bullying books.
yeah, definitely. I mean, definitely, I know it's hard when people say to you say to you that you're gonna go to hell. I mean, it's very hard not to just be like, oh, you jerk, or oh, you this, oh, you that. It's hard to not say something back rude. But I feel like as an atheist and a humanist, I definitely want to show an example to other people around the world and around my community to be nice and happy and to just kind of just let them rant to you. You just be like, okay, and then you walk away. I mean, I know it's going to be hard, especially if they repeat themselves, but one of the biggest things that I've learned is, honestly, people get shut down more when you're like, okay, or cool, bye, they they want a reaction from you. They want you to rant at them. They want you to come back at come back with something so they can go tell their friends, oh, Bailey just said something about me telling her to go to hell, and then that just becomes a whole nother thing. That doesn't need to happen. I learned that over the process of time, obviously, and as a child I didn't understand that, and I think I definitely fought a bit against them at the beginning. But I think I learned over the time that I definitely just have to push back. It's hard to take in, but you're gonna get through it, and you just, let's talk about it. Why do you want to? Why do you feel that I need to go to hell? Or if they're not willing to talk, then you leave the conversation. That's pretty much what I say to myself.
Wise words. And then if it escalates, we get adults involved.
Yes.
That's what you do.
I think oh God, it's been a long time since I was y'all's age, but you see, we didn't have the problems of the social media messages.
Yeah, that's because that there were not like 2020 technology.
I'm gonna turn your microphone off.
No.
Yes, I grew up on the front edge of the internet. We had dial-up internet. You have your computer dialed a phone number to connect to the internet. And if somebody else picked up a phone that was attached with a cord to the wall, you guys don't know anything about this, but if you picked up the phone, then it disconnected you from the internet. It was awful. But we didn't have places like where the kids that I went to school with would go and send messages to each other or make comments at each other. So that cyberbullying thing is really new for a lot of us. And like us trying to figure out as parents how to help you all through that, it's new territory for all of us. So
Yes.
It sounds like you guys have a good handle on it. And that is great to hear.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So I think maybe one last thing, if you don't mind, Elle. We would love to hear you read from your book, Elle the Humanist. Would you mind doing that for us?
I would not mind.
Awesome.
I will.
Yes.
We'll follow along.
Yeah.
So, in my book, the first page is Elle the Humanist. It just says Elle the Humanist, like the cover. And then the next page is The Ford by Daniel Dennett.
Now Dan Dennett, these are big name people in the movement.
I know, it's
That's
crazy.
exciting.
Yes, so exciting.
And then I'll start reading the book.
Great.
Hello, my name is Elle. It's nice to meet you.
Whoopsies.
I'm a humanist. A humanist is a person who tries to be good because they want to make the world a better place for everyone.
This is fantastic artwork too. I love this.
It's really cool. I like you had that. Is that a blind guy or is that someone that?
That's a person that's visually impaired walking with a walking stick, and someone helping him. That's cool, right? All right.
Very cool. Very
Have
detailed.
you heard of a humanist? Most of my friends at school haven't, so they ask me questions to understand. Most of the time, these questions start with my friends ask me what church I go to. I tell them that I don't go to any church. There are many humanist groups that give us a chance to be part of a community. The same way, a religious church is a community. Some humanists choose to be part of an organized group. My family's community comes from our friends and family, school, and local soccer club that we love. Some of my friends ask me how I know what is right and wrong if I don't go to church and study their books from their churches like the Bible or Quran. My family doesn't read church books together, but we do love to read about science, nature, and history as we learn how to think about being good people. My parents taught me a simple rule to help me understand what is right and wrong. It's called the Platinum Rule. The Platinum Rule is simple. Treat others the way they would like to be treated.
Now, I'm going to pause you right here. Let's leave a little bit to for folks to go pick up this book so that they can read it for themselves. But I like this idea of the Platinum Rule. What do you guys think is the difference between the Golden Rule that we grew up hearing all about the Golden Rule, right? So what's what makes the Platinum Rule better? Because I do like it better.
Instead of treating people the way that we would like to be treated, like pretend my friend didn't want this type of food, and then I wouldn't treat her with the same food I would want because we would have different taste buds. So if you treat them the way that they would like to be treated, it's more like that they'll like it more and they'll feel more respected. So that's why I like the Platinum Rule. And honestly, if you could choose behind a gold block and a platinum block, you would most likely choose the platinum one.
Because it has more value.
Yes.
I love it. And let's put a pin in it there. I want to tell everybody to go pick up these books. I personally like to recommend that people go shop at a locally owned bookshop. They can get you any book if they don't have it. But if you're an Amazon shopper, that's cool too. You can shop on Amazon, and if you go to smile.amazon.com and select the Atheist Community of Polk County as your charity of choice, a portion of your purchase goes to support the ACPC. So you can do that as well. And then we want everybody to go check out your websites, BaileyStardust.com and ElleTheHumanist.com. You can order this stuff right there too, right? The books, and you have like merchandise. You can get like coffee mugs and phone cases, and you guys have all the stuff.
Yes. She even has her.
Yeah, I even have the phone case on my phone.
Hold on. You have a phone. Okay.
Yeah.
What?
I'm being...
How? No.
It's not a real phone.
I'm only allowed to get my first phone when I'm in 8th grade. Not fair.
I don't know who told you that, but okay.
Mommy B.
It's a cell
Becca.
phone.
It's no cell.
Yeah,
no
it's like
cell.
there's no cell in it, so.
I'll give you guys the final word. Is there anything else that you want us to know about you or the work that you're doing and things that are happening?
Not really. I mean, just go check out StardustScience.com and ElleTheHumanist.com, and that's all.
Cool. Is your dad handy? Does he want to talk to us? He doesn't have to. I'm perfectly fine talking to you guys.
I think he's good, but
Okay, cool. Well, he'll watch this later, or if he's listening through another set of headphones. You guys are just fantastic, and I love what you're doing, and that speaks to some good parenting that's happening in your house, and we'll I'll leave the pats on the backs for your folks there. So yes, everybody go to BaileyStardust.com and ElleTheHumanist.com. And when COVID is over, we'll figure out a way to get you guys down here. We do every other year where we have a really great statewide convention, secular convention that would be awesome to maybe get a book reading at. I think would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
That'd be
All
so
different
fun.
Everybody wear your freaking masks so that we can get together again.
I know, right?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Everybody-
Sanitize,
people-
mask, all that.
Yeah.
People are saying that if everybody just if everyone in the world just wore a mask for like 2 or 3 weeks, this would all be over.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Hang on the line here. We're going to wrap up the show, and then I'll be right back with you, okay? All right. So what do you think? Was that really cool?
Yeah.
Are they awesome? Yeah. That's it? That's all you've got to say now?
No.
You were so excited.
I actually am very surprised about how this went. I
Okay.
thought it was going to be
Did you think this was going to be boring?
sort of.
Well, good. I'm glad it wasn't.
I thought it was going to be like a normal old like talk on the phone or something.
Oh, okay. I see.
And then I realized, oh, wait. Oh!
Cool. Well, I'm glad that you came in here to do this with us. We'll do this more often
I would
because
always do this.
because again, I think there's a lot of things that we can learn from the kids, from the young folks, and more of us need to listen to more of you. And I think that would be good for all of us.
Very, yes.
Our many thanks again to Bailey and Elle for chatting with us tonight. My name is Stardust. Stardust explores the solar system. Stardust explores Earth's wonders. And I've got a copy of Elle the Humanist here as well, which I think is fantastic. So check these out, pick them up. We're going to read them here for the kids. We'll read them here in our household. But when we've exhausted that, when we're done with them, one of the dreams that we've always had for the atheist community of Polk County, we've only been around for just a little over a year, but one of the things that we wanted to do right out of the gate was have a physical space, a building to go, community center to go meet at, and have a library there that people who are in the group can go and check out books from. So that will put them towards the future library so that other kids can read them too, because we think they're great.
We definitely need to get over like 100 copies or something.
I don't think we need that many.
Probably like 10 copies or something.
Okay, sure.
Because they're going to have to give it back. Because they're borrowing it. And you can't keep books. Oh my god, this thing is about to hit. And boom! I think we just got like all the XP in the world.
You are a mess.
What?
Well, that's it for this episode of Freethought in Florida. Freethought in Florida is available on YouTube and Facebook video and most podcast players. Search the show in your favorite app or find the subscribe links at our website. As always, you can find out all about the ACPC or make a donation at polkatheists.org and follow at Polk Atheists on all the social media. Again, thank you to Bailey, Elle, and Doug as well. Pick up their books for the young readers in your life. And of course, remember the 3 most important things.
Don't touch anything. Wash your hands and wear your mask.
That's right. Be safe, everybody. And we'll see you on the next Freethought in Florida.
Bye.